Welcome back to the High Vibe Honey podcast, a space where power meets peace, frequency meets finesse, and the next level doesn't require you to hustle harder, only calibrate deeper. I'm your host, Katie Rogers, soul-led leadership and feminine embodiment coach for high-performing, heart-led women who are done performing their power and are ready to embody it. Here, we don't chase alignment, we become it. And today's guest, she's no stranger to embodiment, expression, and unapologetic evolution. Today, I am joined by the queen of extra, Jojo Kearney, mentor for women ready to take their coaching businesses to queen status. Known for building brands with a heartbeat, Jojo helps leaders, creatives, and unicorns become more of who they actually are underneath the noise of their industry. She's the queen of pulling your personality, authenticity, and iconic edge out of you and onto the screen so that your brand becomes the magnet for your dream clients. She's here to talk about authenticity as magnetism, showing up online in full self-expression, and the power of burning down the business that no longer feels alive so you can build the one that does. Jojo, I am so excited to dive in with you. Jojo, you look gorgeous. If you lot are listening to this and not watching this on YouTube, then get your booties over there because the Barbie Queen has arrived.
And the Hat Queen's here too.
And the Hat Queen's here too, absolutely.
Stunning.
So I would love to take this back a little bit and share more of your story around what sparked your journey into the online space and what your business looked like before it had a heartbeat.
Okay. Oh my God. We're going back like a decade here. I originally started my business. I started out as a fitness girly. I was very much like front of the class, helping you get fit, legs, bums, arms. Like I loved the aerobics, the like fun, dancey spin. Like honestly, oh my God, if I had like Taylor Swift, if I had like music taste that was just like fun pop girly back then,
Yeah.
oh my God, we would have broken the internet with like the spin classes and things like that. But everything that I did was just like the vibe. And I think at the very beginning, that really served me without me knowing why. And as I kind of built up, I built up quite fast in my fitness business because it was like, I was the only girl in the gym. And in my mind, I was like, oh, well, obviously everyone's going to come to me because I'm the only girl in the gym. So I put it down to that when really it's because I'm the freaking vibe. And then
Yeah.
I
Duh.
sold, yeah, duh. And then I sold out the like fitness stuff. So I sold out all of the personal training sessions and I was like, shit, like I'm capped. I can't do anything else. I'm like burning myself into the ground. I was 20 years old, maybe 21, but I was like getting up 5 a.m., going to sleep 11 p.m., getting up 5 a.m., going to sleep 11 p.m. There was maybe time for a 30-minute nap in my car at lunch. Do you know what? It was just like it was unsustainable, even for like a 20-year-old full of energy and doing just what she absolutely loved, which was, let's be real, being front and center, all eyes on her, doing a class. It was epic. And then I realized, okay, I could probably sell like fitness programs and online coaching. I didn't know it was online coaching at the time, but I moved into selling online products, online versions of the service I was giving my clients because it meant I could help more people for less of my time. And so I started doing a bit of a hybrid. And then I realized like I can get people 4 weeks worth of results in a week with online coaching. Like with personal training, it was you come into the gym, you do the do, and then you go home and you don't follow any of the advice. And it felt like being, I mean, we've all been there. Do you know what I mean? And it just felt like I knew I could do so much more with so many more people. For me, it was really about like, how can I make this bigger, bigger, bigger? There was no financial incentive for me. I didn't have any sort of concept around money. I didn't have any sort of concept around like even being a big deal. It was for me, it was like I'm helping so many people feel amazing. Let's keep doing it, keep doing it, keep doing it. And I was a bit addicted to the impact. I was a bit addicted to the validation. I was a bit addicted
Yeah.
to the reputation of being that girl at the gym that could get everybody the result, that could make everybody feel amazing. And so I was really running my business on that. It was purely on fumes of external validation and people telling me I was making an impact and oh my God, I'm doing so many big things in the world and everyone loves me and everyone loves it and wow, this is amazing. And then I realized there was money in it. And I was like, oh shit, I could be a billionaire. And so I kept being like, right, how can I do even more, even more, even more? And I fell so deeply into the hustle, burnout, way things should be done. It was when I started to find marketing. Previously, I think I was like a bit of a natural marketer. And I
Mm,
really leaned on my magnetism at the beginning. I was like, I'm a vibe, come on in. And it worked so
yeah.
well. And then I learned all the business tools and all the strategies and all the things that you should be doing and how you should run a business. And you can't do that and you shouldn't say that. And that's not how you do it. And you need to be professional and la, 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 la. And sales started slowing down. And I
Mm,
started slowing down. And I was getting burnt out. I was losing the love for it. And very slowly, but very abruptly at the same time, I fell completely out of love with everything I was doing, even fitness. Like I did not give a fluff if you wanted to get fit or not. I don't care. I don't care about your health, about your weight loss, about your scale number, about how you look today. And I had disguised it as like, it's not caring about what you look like is how to have a great body image. And I moved from getting healthy and losing weight to feeling confident in yourself. So it was all
mm,
about the inner work. And then I realized I actually not don't care about that, but I was just running my business in a way where I was allergic to everything. I was allergic to people's problems. I was allergic to showing up the way that I had to show up to make sales. When I was like,
mm.
I'm a vibe, people will come because of the vibe. And that was wrong. And so I burnt everything to the ground, like fully six figure to zero.
Wow.
Either way, I forget the question, but
I love that. I mean, so we're talking about what the business looked like before it had the heartbeat that it has today. And what I'm hearing is like it was so externally motivated. First of all, like you would get identified in, I'm the person that gets the result, but I want to keep doing that. Otherwise, what am I without that? And then adapting it to what do people need versus actually like what gift is it that I want to share with the world?
yeah, and
Yeah.
that truly for me was like I had the heartbeat at the beginning because it was like, oh my God, I get to help so many people feel
Yeah.
amazing. And it was so driven by like the way that I could make other people feel. It was driven by service.
Yeah.
But then it became about validation. Then it became
Yeah.
about money. Then it became about how do I do it the best? How am I going to be the best? And then after I burnt it to the ground, I rebuilt from like what makes me feel the most alive. And that to me
Mm.
is what heartbeat is really about in business is how do you feel the most alive? How do you feel the most authentic? How do you feel the most aligned to who you actually are? And
Yeah.
then how can you just like 100x it to go even more audacious so the world gets to see it? Um,
Yes.
and that for me is the heartbeat. When I talk about put the heartbeat back into your business, it's like, well, what makes you feel so alive that you're going to waffle for 20 minutes on the first question on a podcast and forget the question because you're so obsessed with what you're talking about? That for me is
Oh, I love this so much. And you talk so powerfully about like being extra and the vibe, like being your frequency, not for performance. So, what does that mean to you? And what shifts when women stop performing their authenticity and actually start embodying it?
oh, okay, okay. I love that you said performing authenticity because I think that's what the entire world is doing at the moment. And to be honest, it's where a lot of coaches trip up is they go, I need to be authentic. And so they go and share like they go and trauma dump on Instagram like about everything that they've ever been through because they think that's authenticity and that's vulnerability. And actually it's being able to show the world who you are
Mm.
and not apologize for it. And it's something that I've spent my entire life doing is apologizing for being a lot and saying, oh my God, I'm too much. I need to tone it down. And then battling this concept of like trying to kind of rip that back and bring it back to myself and be like, no, I'm gonna be pink. No,
Mm.
I'm gonna call myself Jojo, even though I got bullied for calling myself Jojo. It's like trying to kind of pull back all of those identity pieces. But for me, it's about being able to create yourself however you fancy doing that today without needing it to be for something outside of you, being able to like you do put your hat on and be like, damn, I'm like the queen of this hat right now, me putting this big fur coat on despite it being 7,000 degrees in here. It's like these tiny little things you can do, and again these are external, right? It's clothes, it's dress up, it's makeup, it's whatever, but actually it's the things that give you that feeling, especially at the beginning, that make
Yeah.
you feel like this is me. It's for a lot of my clients, we work with words like fierce or ferocious, or I have like, you've got like unicorn. And do you know what I mean? And magnetism. And there's little words for me. It's the big one is extra, right? It's like over the top, OTT, dramatic, like be dramatic. It's trying on these different elements because these are the things that allow you to open up, like you said, to that highest frequency, and not I need to be a better person so people love me, or I need to do more or be more so that I'm accepted, or that I make
Mhm.
money, or that I become a millionaire. It's like everyone's on a chase. But I think the key, the secret is what shifts. Your question was what shifts when you sit into actual authenticity instead of performative authenticity. And the shift is not needing to do it to get something, but to
Yeah.
do it because it makes you feel the most alive. And that frequency that you sit in, when you get to that, we call it queen level, like queen status. When you get to that identity of, I'm okay as me and I'm going to go show it to the freaking world,
Yeah.
that's when you become the most magnetic. It's like authenticity is the highest frequency you can own. So when you add that audacity of like, I don't know, I want to like roar, like, rah, you're going to go and give it to the world. Do you know what I mean? It's like that,
Yeah.
that is what makes you the most magnetic human being in the entire world. And if we can tap into that, even just in pockets when we're creating content, when we're in our element on podcasts and going live on Instagram, doing a photo shoot, if we can tap into that, we get to create these new evolved kind of stepping stone versions. Me and you always joke about the Russian doll effect of like opening
Yeah.
up new versions of you. So that to me is like you become sexy as shit for your dream clients, and of course they will
Mm.
buy from you when you're in that authentic power.
Yeah, so if you want to be sexy as shit, you need to hire Jojo. We'll share more about that at the end of this podcast episode. But what I loved about what you were sharing in that is like what makes you authentic. And what I really heard in what you shared was accepting yourself. I mean, like, well, instead of imagining that I'm too much and trying to tone it down, I am the pink queen. I love pink. I'm going to wear a pink fur coat, even though it's 100 degrees in here. It's like, yeah, actually, I don't have to hide that anymore or try to even filter or adapt the way that I do my business because another business coach told me this is the right way, even though that just doesn't feel good to me. So, yeah, I love how powerfully you are bringing women through this journey of being a full permission slip because through the lens of anyone, you're going to be everything, right? To one person, you're going to be too much. To another person, you're not going to be enough. And so
Yeah.
it's like, well, if I'm all of this, then it doesn't matter. Then how do I just be me?
Yeah. And that makes you the match for someone as well. I had this conversation with a client yesterday, and she's hit seven figures in her business, and she said, I just feel like
Get it, girl.
yeah, she was like, I'm not being me though. Like I feel like I've done all of this and it's great and it's amazing, and it's like a slog to post on Instagram because I'm trying to figure out what to say, and I'm like, bruh. Like when you are when you're a magnet, you will attract and you will repel. So
Yeah.
you're going to be disliked just as much as you're going to be liked, especially if you're a bigger character. And this doesn't mean that you need to be loud, you need to be dramatic, you need to wear bright pink, you need to be, center of attention in the limelight, blah, blah, blah. Like you don't have to be like that. You have to be the most you. When
Yeah.
you are the most you, you attract only the other people that are right for you. Otherwise, you're going to be shape shifting in your content, in your programs, on your coaching calls. You're going to
Mhm.
be dampening your message when you're having a coaching call and you want to say to someone like, look, pull your finger out and get to work. And that person isn't going to like it. Why? Because if you aren't ruthless on your Instagram, but you're ruthless in your coaching spaces, that person isn't the right fit for you. And this was the
Yeah.
conversation I had with a client yesterday. She said, I said, why don't we try on like ruthless Roxy? It's just like an alter ego for a second, which isn't really an alter ego, it's you. But try on a version of you that isn't
Yeah.
afraid to be ruthless. And she was like, yeah, you're right. And we created about 20 content ideas just from that one concept of like, how can you be more of who you actually are so that you stop
Mhm.
attracting the wrong people into your programs and you become a magnet for the right ones? And yes, people will leave, people will unfollow, people will stop paying you, people will dip out. And guess what? That's freaking brilliant because it makes
Yes.
people that are your dream clients. So, yes, magnets, be the magnet and allow it to be okay that, you know, some people aren't going to love you. I know
I,
it's so sad.
I love this, the polarity of it, of like, yeah, you're going to magnet, so you're going to absolutely bring in people to you. And when you give people the opportunity to really see you and love you, of course that's magnetic. Of course that's going to be so strong. And as you say, on the other side of that, more is more attraction, more repulsion.
Yeah,
Yeah. And I love the embodiment piece as well. It's like when you are watering yourself down or filtering yourself, trying to come up with like quote unquote authentic ideas, it's going to be really hard. And you're going to feel like this mismatch of jigsaw puzzle pieces that don't go together to make an image. So you're like, oh, well, who am I? But when you embody it, okay, what does Ruthless Roxy feel like? And then you start embodying that, you start being it, you start feeling it, then the ideas start flowing from that space. So yeah,
that's
I love your building in this identity work
yeah.
to the containers you hold.
I
But I'm
think
curious. Go on.
I was going to say, I think it's key, and I think that a lot of the work we do when it comes to just figuring out how to say what you actually want to say on social media is that collective identity you want for your people. And
Mm,
having that identity piece, even just in a mindset of like one of my clients and I just mapped out, she's got like the rebels. They're like the food rule rebels. So she's like on a rebellion and rah, and it just gives you that kind of brand essence that most people are missing of like, okay, how can we just tap into this every day? And when you do, like content ideas literally come out of your butthole. Like they're everywhere. Just focused on like how can I be the most me, but also how can I
yeah,
serve the world with this message that I know is my message to share, not the
yeah.
other coach, not your mentor, not ChatGPT's examples of it. It's like, what do you have to say to the world? Get that? Oh, you'll never run out of content again.
Yeah, so beautiful. So what do you think holds most women back from being more fully expressed in their brand?
Oh, fear.
Mhm.
Fear, fear. Fear of judgment, fear of failure, fear of getting it wrong, fear of um like judgment from people in the industry as well as judgment from family and friends.
Mm.
Uh, maybe even like a little bit of if you are being yourself. If you're being yourself, then it hurts more when people don't like it. If you're being someone else, you can brush it off like, oh well, it wasn't me anyway. Ha ha ha. Like, when you do a launch and you're like, well, I didn't really show up for it, so ha ha ha, it's fine that nobody bought. It's the
That
same
was
with
just a joke.
yeah, like, ha ha lol, just kidding. I wasn't gonna launch it. But it's like if you half-ass it, it's okay that it fails. That's like the mindset. If I don't show up as my full self, I can't get rejected.
Mm.
If I don't allow everyone to see who I am, it doesn't matter if that post flops because it wasn't really me that said it anyway. It's like, oh, well, you get to kind of put the blame on somebody else or something outside of you. So
Yeah.
although it's,
ChatGPT didn't pull through on this one, I
yeah,
guess.
do you know what I mean? Like, oh yeah, ChatGPT sucks. Like, does it or do you suck? No, with love. But do you know what I mean? It's that sort of vibe of
Yeah.
like if you can keep people at arm's length, and you know what the world is like. We're humans. We have all of these sticky pieces of us that we don't necessarily want to show the world. We're afraid to be offensive, to be triggering, to be activating, to be too bright, to shine too much, to
Yeah.
hog the limelight, to steal the show, to be compared to other people, to be in competition with another person. What if someone comes in because of me being me and then they don't like me when they're in the program? It's like it's the thoughts behind absolutely everything. And this is why I know your work is so powerful because you filter through all of that to keep people in the game, to keep people showing up for themselves so that they can actually make the impact. And that's what it's got to be about. Like
Mm.
if you're not being yourself, you're not able to change the world on the level that you're meant to.
Yeah.
Full blown. You can pretend to be someone else. We love that for you. Give it a try for 6 months and come back to me when you've burnt your business down. It's like it's that, the power of being yourself. You've got to be relentless in that mission, in that quest, to just constantly show us who you are, because that's the only way that this shit works.
Yeah, I love this. And so often as well, the thing that we're afraid of, we unintentionally and innocently create in the avoidance of it. You're afraid of being rejected, so you half-ass your launch and you like bail out and pull back. Well, that is a surefire way to guarantee your failure or rejection, right? And when you notice like that you're afraid of rejection, so being rejected, you're also rejecting yourself in that process. So it's like you use the projection of like, oh, this is life coaching me to show me exactly where I can get free. If I'm imagining other people are rejecting me, what part of me is looking to be more fully embodied or expressed? And it's like, there's your doorway in. And as you say, I work with the Enneagram, and we all have a sort of like main personality type, which will tell you kind of like the main thing of where you use your measuring stick against like how worthy am I, and then you tend to, in some ways, it kind of takes you away from your authenticity. If you are, for example, the achiever, how successful I am, that's what I'm going to use to measure my work. Or if you're the helper, how much do people need me? And that's where you go. And it's like, who are you when you don't do those things? How much knowledge do I have? How much power do I have? It's those kinds of things. And you get to see, well, if I take myself out of that game, and if I was incapable of worrying about that, then how would I move? Then what would I do? If that was already a given, then how would I be? And bring you back to your center.
And this is huge because this is a constant dance I do of, how can I show up even when no one's clapping for me? I'm like, put me on stage and get everyone cheering. Stunning, I'm there. Like,
Yes.
welcome to the show, bitch. But if I'm
Jojo is a 7 on the Enneagram, in case you hadn't guessed. The entertainer.
me, I don't.
The enthusiast, yeah.
Yeah, you made me do it. I remember we were sitting in a bar a couple of months ago in Tulum, and you were like, "What's your Enneagram?" And I was like, "What's that, ma'am?" Tell me more. And you were like, I bet you're, what was it, like a 7-3 or some shit? I don't know.
A 7 wing 6, and here you are.
Damn. Is that a good thing
Yeah.
or a bad thing? Who knows?
There are no bad types. I will caveat that. And the Enneagram as well, it doesn't tell you who you are. It's not to put you in a box, but it's just to wake up out of your personality programming. So you get to see like, oh, I'm doing that thing again. Like, oh, I'm measuring my worth against how many people are excited by me and how much like joy and passion I can bring to this party. Or like for me, like how successful I am or how good things look, right? And it's like, oh, okay, I understand the software programming that I'm running. So I get to wake up outside of it and choose to do something that is more serving, that takes me from a space of, kind of vanity to authenticity. That's the kind of powerful journey for a 3. Or for example, my perfectionists, who are the ones, it's like from control to letting go. So it's like realigning back to that path so that you're not just kind of like following that practice pattern, if you like.
And yeah, I this is something that I really admire in the work that you've done over the last couple of months is like I can see this authentic edge coming out of you so
Yeah.
much more. And it's like I mean you're a perfectionist, you're a success, you're a achiever, do you know what I mean? You're like, it needs to be perfect, it needs to be right, it needs to look presentable, it needs to look great. And I'm like, yeah, love, and would we make it so much more you and like
Yeah.
embrace it even more? And you have become such a magnetic presence on my freaking feed over those last couple of months because you've just allowed yourself to be so much more expressed, even
Yeah.
with you can still be like, look at you. Do you know what I mean? Stunning goddess. Incredible. Like you can still be that polished, put together, presentable, bougie bitch. And
Yeah.
it feel like it's coming from the inside instead of if I don't look this way, I'm gonna
Mhm.
feel like this?
Yeah. I bet you work with so many 3s because of your work in helping people to embody authenticity. As I say, like that is the powerful journey for a 3. And we're going on this whole Enneagram tangent right now, so I hope you're enjoying this as well. But with 3s, when
I'm
I
like
talk
the queen
about
of tangents, by the way.
just a couple of ADHD girlies on a podcast together.
Us.
But when we talk about this sense of like vanity to authenticity, vanity doesn't necessarily even mean like looking good, although, if the shoe fits. But vanity can also be like, how do people perceive like my business is looking good? Am I doing things in the right way? Do I, maybe it's about the job title or the cars or the home or whatever it is. It's like instead of thinking so much about how things look, it's about moving into how things feel. As Jojo said, when I started working with her and I'm working on my content, I've been so focused on what is the correct way to do this in order to be successful. How do I need to make this look in order for this to land with my dream clients? And so by being able to like introduce some more of my personality into that, more of my authenticity, more of my magnetism has been game changing. But that was a skill that was not practiced. So having Jojo be able to like really sometimes you're too close to see your own genius in a way, and you're too close to see, well, what makes me different? Because everything I do just feels normal to me. I see it and do it and live it and breathe it every day. So what about this is interesting to other people to some extent? And it's like, yeah, let me help you with this, girl. So evolving this, and because I'm a three and I'm a achiever, I like to see it as a skill, which it is. But being able to understand really how to do that in a really powerful way is just wonderful. So yeah, I would 100% recommend working with Jojo.
I love you. I'm like, talk about the mushrooms.
Yes, tell everyone about plant medicine, tell everyone about everything. Yeah.
I love it. I think for you, it's like it's those little things as well that you just think are such either normal pieces, shamed pieces, unrecognized, maybe undervalued pieces of your work. It's like that's the shit. That's what we need. Do you know what I mean? That's our medicine. But where it's so normal for you, it's so just like, what? I thought everyone knew that. Or like, what? I thought everyone could do that. It's like, bitch, no. Like,
Yeah.
we're all spiraling. Like, come help us. Do you know what I mean? It's like own it so much more. It's like own it, embody
Yeah.
it, go and say it out loud. Love.
Yeah, and I was so focused on trying to create like authority driven content. And it's like, yeah, cool, but also people work with people. People want to know who you are. People want to know what you bring beyond like this is what the journey looks like. This is how you do the work. This is the ABCs. And so building in more of that to my content, it absolutely has allowed me to speak so much more powerfully to so many more people. And I'll be honest, like I didn't understand and didn't appreciate the value of brand marketing content until like later on in my business. So yeah, here we go. On the evolution continues always. So I want to bring it back to the work that you do and how you help women break the rules of their niche. What are some of the biggest shoulds that you see women outsourcing their power to, and how do you help them break those?
Mm. Okay, the shoulds. The shoulds for sure. Like, I mean, you literally just labeled one of like, I should be an authority. I should be professional. I should like do things a certain way to make me look like this type of human being. And with love, can I swear on this podcast?
I think so, yeah. Please no one report it. In fact, please go follow,
Okay, do you
rate,
know
send it
what?
to all your friends.
We're going to replace it with fudge. Fudge authority. Fudge authority. Like, oh, you need to create authoritative content. Piss off. Like, with so much love, piss off. You need to be a real life human being. And if you are naturally an authoritative human being, we love that for you. Go give me it. Go extra on it. But it's that, like, anything that you are doing that literally just has, I think I need to do this. If it's a need, throw it in the bin. If it's a should, throw it in the bin. If it's a, oh, but someone said you have to, throw it in the bin. And there are exceptions to this rule, of course. Yeah, you've got to post on social media. Okay, fine. But even that, I'm like, bitch, no, you don't. Go on everyone else's podcast. Don't post on social media. I don't care. But I think there's this, if it doesn't feel right for you, if it feels like, oh, I can't actually go and show up for this consistently or do this for long enough, or if it feels forced rather than it feels like it flows through you, that's the work. It
Mm.
doesn't mean scrap it, but it means twist it, change it, tweak it, evolve it, pivot it, dress it up in something different until it works for you. This is why we have to do the identity work first and then the strategy. Because if you just go boots deep into this is how you do a launch, this is the way that you should show up, this is the way that da 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 da. If you do that, but you're not first plugging your soul into it, doesn't matter how perfect that launch strategy is, how much you worked with a chat GPT to get it the right exact amount of funnel sequence, whatever's like, it doesn't matter any of that. If you're not first being the person, feeling it in your soul, giving that aliveness to it, doesn't
Mm.
matter if it's like the perfect thing ever. It's just not going to land. It's not going to connect with anyone. And so for me,
Yeah.
this is all about like, okay, what feels right for us first? What feels like the most me way of doing this? And then that's when it goes and you can give it the strategic edge. The
Mm.
I did a program a couple of months ago called Leap. It was your leap year. And that was the most botched, quote unquote, launch ever. It was like it broke the rules of every freaking launch that anybody would ever teach you ever about how to launch. Like literally, it was like throw it all in the bin. And that's because I am the most chaotic, scatty, like head in the cloud, delulu human being ever. And I just honestly didn't show up for it. I had lots of things going on behind the scenes. I was like kind of a bit allergic to oh, I've got to do this launch sequence and I've got to have this thing set up and I've got to do an email and I've got to do a wait list or I've got to do this, blah, 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 blah. And instead, I was just like, fudge it. Let me just put this out into the world. I put it out into the world. It was a free challenge. Every single person who joined the free challenge upgraded to the VIP option, which had zero details. Again, like tell people what it is, da, da, da. Zero details. I was like, you want to go VIP? Cool, here it is. Every single person, there was like a 90% upsell rate into or like order bump rate for the VIP option. And then we had an 18K sales day after me completely changing the way the program was supposed to run because my pup was really poorly, RIP Rodney. He was really poorly, so we had to scrap the like live element. And I was like, you should show up live because people can sense who you are as a human being if you are live with them.
Mm,
Honestly, throw what I said in the bin. Do you know what I mean? Like I literally showed up as I could with no camera, just being able to voice note because it was the way that I felt like was right for me to show up in that moment. And we had an
yeah.
18K sales day just in those 24 hours from a flopped launch, no promo on social media. Nobody wanted I was like, do a free thing. Nobody wanted the free thing. Everybody wanted to pay me for the VIP option.
Yeah.
Everything about that launch was wrong in the industry's eyes. And yet it was a smash hit. You're welcome, me. But it's because it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter about the strategy. If your
Yeah.
energy's behind it, if you're obsessed with what you're teaching, if you are the human being previously and right now that is showing up in a way that people remember you. And that doesn't mean put on a show. It means be the most you. People remember you when you're the most you.
Mm,
And if you're that person, I posted 3 times since April. So whenever people are watching this, in the last 2 and a bit months, I've posted 3 times on social media. And we've just launched Bigger Than You, the social influence challenge. It's £21 and we've got like 20 people in it. And I've ghosted you for love you so much, but I've ghosted you for the last nearly 3 months. And it's because even if I don't post every single day, people still remember me when I
yeah.
come back online. And it's because I'm not trying to be somebody I'm not. I'm going on and I'm sharing my heart. People connect with it. And it naturally puts me in that authority. I honestly want to vomit every time that word comes up, but like it puts me in that state of people want to work with you when you are a brand they remember. I
Yeah.
think I tangented again, but we love that for us.
No, this is just perfect. And it's really such a great way that you embodied the work that you share of like, actually, even if you always do something one way, it doesn't mean that you have to do it forever. And you have to trust how you want to show up and how you want to lead in those moments. Like, yeah, it's so easy to do it when everything is going to plan and everything is feeling good. And then life happens. And then it's like, oh, does this still feel good for me? Do I still choose this? And being able to realign and refocus and be able to still stand in your magnetism and really be able to be carried in some extent by the brand that you've spent so long curating and sharing with the world. So yeah, I really love that. And your authenticity really does shine through. And it's not something that can be forced or learned. And I love how you share like your uniqueness is something to remember.
Yeah.
So can you speak to that distinction a little bit as well?
Yeah, I mean, quickly to go back to what you said about it can't be learned, it's actually got to be unlearned.
Mhm.
The ability to be authentic is to remove every single thing that you've ever been taught you should or shouldn't do, or who you should or shouldn't be. It's to literally like taking off all of the clothes. I'm thinking Joey from Friends when he's like put all of Chandler's clothes. Like the most people are walking around like that, right? Take
Doing
that
lunges.
yeah, fully like get into like commando mode. Like that's where we want to be, right? But it's like take off all of the layers. Once you can do that, it's like that's
Yeah.
the unlearning. And this is where I think your work really ties in so nicely, is because it is kind of removing all of the layers of who you thought you should be, or the stories, the narratives, the beliefs, the circumstances you've decided define who you are, and
Mm.
just allow it to be like, who am I going to be today? Who do I fancy being today? Put the hat on, put the hoops in, like do you know what I mean? Do a cartwheel to the desk. Like, I don't care, whatever, but do something that makes you feel like, and it that agility as well that you spoke on of being able to um pivot when something happens in life, in business. I think because we're so attached to the rules, we're so rigid to how things are done. Because of that, it's really difficult to freaking pivot when something happens. If
Yeah.
shit hits the fan in your personal life, well, what do you do then? Who are you then? If your launch doesn't go the way that you planned it, because every other time you've ever launched something, you like you smashed it, and now you don't know why this launch isn't working. Huh, interesting. If you're in your most authentic, embodied, alive, expressed self mode, you're at that
Mm,
queen level space, then it does not matter what strategy you choose, it will work. And
yeah.
so that's why this is so important, is because it allows you to pivot and stay, and everything works. Everything works because it's you. You're the thing. You're the key. You're the answer. You're like your too muchness, the thing that you've suppressed, the thing that you've stopped being, making a good thing about yourself. Like that's actually the thing that means
Mm.
that the strategy will go as far as it can go. Um, oh, I've ruined your question again. What was your question?
No, you haven't at all. And I think I want to lead in from that into this link between self-expression and sales. We were talking about how we don't force our uniqueness, we remember it. And it's like, yeah, you pull back the layers, and this is where you become more magnetic. And so then we have this link between the self-expression and sales. So once we have the kind of identity piece, once they start becoming magnetic, when how do we then weave in the strategy piece?
Yeah. So straight away, this is like, well, finding what actually is that unique edge of yours, finding what that actually is, allows you to express it in a way that positions you completely in a realm of your own. So when we're on Instagram and we are, say you're a fitness coach and you're like, yeah, I help you lose weight. Stunning. So does 75,000 other people on my Instagram today. Like what actually makes it different isn't how can I a box of a different thing so that I sound different. It's, well, what actually about me is unique? What actually about the way that I see this coaching experience is different? I have mindset coaches in my space, and it's like, okay, well, one person works on real, like the body image side of things. Another person works on relationship to yourself. Another person it's like there's different kind of edges that you have, or different lenses through which
Yeah.
you see your coaching, that means that you can like actually position, and not like you need to position yourself as a category of one, but you actually position yourself as completely unlike anybody else in the industry. There becomes no
Yeah.
competition when you are allowing the stuff that you do really well, but also who you are as you do it. For example, you have a completely different background to me. You have a completely different set of life circumstances, a set of cards that was dealt, a set of experiences you've gone through. You literally lived out of your car, like, bitch. I mean, like I absolutely cannot relate. And that's exactly why you are the perfect person to go and share your message. If I
Yeah.
was like, I was sleeping out of my car, blah, 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 people would see that there's no connect. If I'm like, I lost everything, I had absolutely nothing. Bitch, no, I've always had everything. I'm the most spoiled brat ever. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't get to have that story.
You're
But
like, I had this real brat summer and
I'm like, I'm actually a millionaire by birth. No, I'm kidding. I'm not, but will be. My kids will be. But it's being able to take your unique spin on things, your unique
yeah.
lens through which you view the world, yourself, other people, dream clients, and even your skill set, and you pull it out of you and gift it to the world. That, if you can do that in your content, which by the way is literally what I do, if you
Yeah.
can do that with your content, nobody can touch you. Like you are in a complete realm of your own. You're not like, oh God, there's another fitness coach that like came on the scene. Oh my God, there's another mindset coach that's doing self-love therapy. Oh my God, there's another, I don't know, yoni healer that's just popped up on Instagram. It's like who cares? Cool, love
Yeah.
that for them. Oh my God, great. Another person sharing a message that's so important to me. Thank fudge for that, because now it's going to spread even more. It's like
Mm.
if you've got that mindset towards it of like, nobody can do it like me though. Like that's
Yeah.
great for them. And there's going to be a client out there that maybe doesn't connect with my vibe that's going to love that person. Thank God she exists.
Yeah.
Got that vibe. Oh, you'll change the world. Going
Hmm.
into this mic as if this mic is on.
Yeah, I think that's so powerful. And I see this holding back so many people early on in business because they call themselves a coach of some description. And then it's like, right, what's your unique edge? What's the thing that makes you different? And a lot of people, as I say, are so close to their own genius that they can't see it. They don't see the uniqueness of all of their lens. And they're like, well, I'm one of a million. So, you can hire whoever you want, which of course says, go and hire someone else because I'm not ready to stand in my power and own my space at the table. So, when you talk about queen identity, how do you support your clients in becoming like the only one who can do what they do in the way that they do it?
Okay, step one. There's like a pro there is a process, but I'll kind of summarize it because it's such a it has to come up when it comes up.
Mhm.
So what I mean by that is something's coming up for you right now of like, oh, I'm noticing that I'm really attached to story views. I'm noticing that I'm really attached to like how many people I get in this launch. Oh, I'm noticing that like this offer is becoming really hard to sell. What literally anything that's coming up for you, we're going to sit with it and question like, okay, what's actually coming up here? Like what's actually going on? Is our story views low? Why do you care about the story views? What stories are you creating around the story views? We kind of
Yeah, what do you make that mean about you? Yeah.
My favorite question in the entire world, like what are you making it mean about you? Because
Mhm.
when you tap into that question, you're like, oh, curious. Like I'm really making up some fun stories here. Like
Yeah.
I'm
Or
really
it's
going.
like, well, obviously it means I'm the worst human in the world and no one should ever hire me again.
I'm like, nobody's ever gonna love me and everything's gonna be nothing and my boyfriend's gonna leave me and da, 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 da. It's like, or is it
Yeah.
that you
When you
literally
see what's there and you actually pull that thread, it's like, oh, then I can do something about this. Yeah.
that's it. And so we look at what's actually happening. We
Mhm.
understand it. Like this is I like to say her as well because I just feel like it's cuter and it gives me a hug. But like we understand her. So what's actually like what's she trying to tell us here? So
Mm.
when story views are low, nobody loves me, nobody wants to buy my stuff. Okay, well, what's the actual thing that's question the thought, question even the feeling, like, oh, I'm feeling a little bit funks here. Understand her. What's she trying to tell you? What's screaming at you right now? Evaluate what's actually happening. So, what's the truth? Get to the truth. What's actually happening? Our story views low, cool, sound. Why do you care? Okay, sound. What's actually happening here?
Yeah.
I'm emotionally attached to the amount of stories. The actual thing that's happening, this is obviously just an example of story views. I don't know where she popped up from, but story views. Okay, so you've got 20 people that watched your story. Oh, only 20 people watched my story. Okay, cool. What if those 20 people literally bought from you? Like, can we reframe?
Yeah. 20 people. What's your story? That's amazing.
If
20
you got 20
humans.
people in your program today, you'd be like, oh my God,
Yeah.
this is sick.
Yeah.
Like, with love, shut the fudge up. Do you know what I mean? Like, you are, but again, I have been through every single thought and feeling in the book when it comes to, I've been in this game for a decade. There is not a single thought I have not thought. Do you know what I mean? And so I think being able to see these things as they happen, understand what's actually going on behind the scenes, understanding, and therefore, like, when you start understanding, like what that thought is trying to tell you or what that feeling is trying to share with you, I think you just connect with yourself just that inch more as well. And when you do that, it brings you closer to authenticity. This is the
Yeah.
queen identity. It brings you closer to who you actually are.
Hmm.
And then you get to just choose the different thought, choose the different pathway, choose the new thought that gets to happen of like, okay, well, what new move am I going to make because I've chosen this new way of looking at it? Like we just said, 20 people, sick. Oh my God, oh, what? And all 20 of them are like family and friends. Cool. Oh my God, they need your support. Are you joking? Like, helping your mum understand leadership, helping your sister get in the best shape of her life, helping your best friend from school that turned against you and created a Facebook group about how much she hated you. And now you think she's creating a group chat about me and like screenshotting all my shit. Like, what if actually she's stalking your stuff because she secretly wants to work with you and you're helping her with every single thing you put up? You just don't know it yet. Like, what else could be true here? And then we operate from that new energy. So we tap in, we embody the queen self. And what I mean by that is, okay, if all of those thoughts were gone, if you didn't think about the judgments, you didn't think about the fear, you didn't worry about the lack and the scarcity and the, oh my God, what if everybody is blah, 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 blah. If you didn't think about all of this, the needs, the shoulds, the fears, the judgments, whatever, if you took all of that away for a second, who are you? So you
Mm,
come back to embodying that queen self of like, who are you without everything?
yeah.
Now, how do you move? Now, how do you move? If you're like, actually, I'm the freaking shit. I feel amazing in myself because I'm totally alive in my work. I feel so connected with who I am. I'm in alignment with my queen self. And I'm going to be audacious as fluff about it on social media because the world needs my shit.
Mm,
Then how do you move? Oh yeah, you best believe I'm going and putting 20 more stories up for that one person watching to see. Like I'm going to
yeah.
go put on a show. When you've got that and by the way, that spells, if you didn't guess, queen, so Queen. And so it's like a way for you to kind of move through whatever feeling is coming up for you, create a new path, choose that new identity, and then step into it to go and
Mm,
move like that queen level version of you. And when you can do that, and it's an art, it's a skill, it's a practice, it's a daily, like sometimes, especially if you're naturally a more of a I don't even want to say negative, but more of like a overthinker, more of a thoughter. If you're in your head
if
a
you're
lot,
more of a mental masturbator, yeah.
if you're an emotionally agile human being on the inside, then this is like it is going to be something you've got to just like consistently do, and you've got to catch yourself. You've got to become aware of when you're doing it. You've got to become really tuned in to what's happening around you, because so many of us we just sleepwalk through these
Hmm.
thoughts, feelings, circumstances, opinions, beliefs,
Yeah.
stories, all of the things. And so it's a practice, it's an art, it's a skill, and some people can get a year in and still be like, I still have no idea. And so this just allows you to be like, okay, question, question, question. Okay, understand what's going on, understand what's coming up. Okay, evaluate the truth. What's the truth? Embody that new identity, that new thought, that new feeling, and then what's the new move? What's the next move? What are you going to do next?
Yeah.
Keep doing that cycle. Anytime something comes up, oh bitch, you'll move. And this is where the strategy comes in, by the way. I'll shut up in a second. Love you so much. You asked about strategy earlier, and of course we tangented. But this is where the strategy then comes in, because then you get to choose the strategy that is based on where you're going instead of choosing a strategy based in fear. That's
Mm,
what happens when we just go boobs deep into what
yeah.
strategy right move. What do I do? What's right? Oh, I need to join that viral reels program because this person's blowing up with viral. It's like you get to throw all of those kind of mini things in the bin that you think you need. And you come
Hmm.
back to yourself. We know it's actually nothing outside of you that you need. It's to basically insource that power. This is the work you do, right? If
Mm,
you insource that power, then you don't need the viral reels program. You can get it. We love that for you, skills queen, but you don't need it
yeah.
to think that that's the right choice. You can make the choice from a, what do I know actually is the move I want to make next? What feels empowered for as a decision for me to make, instead of I need this, otherwise my business is going to fail because I'm spiraling about the story views that went down.
Mm,
So you get to just operate from a totally different place. And every strategy you try on next, every strategy you use works harder because it's not in fear, it's not in lack, it's not in scarcity, it's in abundance, overflow, play, joy, aliveness, authenticity, queen status. Like that's the key.
oh my God, there was so much magic and wisdom in what you just shared that I just kind of want to like wrap it up into a few key points that I heard out of all of that, which are just so powerful. Because, yeah, number one, it's like life is always going to be giving you the raw materials that are your lessons for your soul evolution. So when you can learn the lesson and learn from it versus being a victim to it, that's when you are on the road back to your authenticity. That's when you come home to yourself. Number two, sometimes you are too close to see your own genius and you're too close to see the nuances of your story that are your edge. And so having somebody outside of you to reflect your power back to you and reflect what they see in you is really powerful in helping to build that kind of category of one positioning. And also being able to be led, number three, being able to be led by your own kind of download your own intuition, your own thoughts and feelings and experiences so that you're not following a copy paste model and end up building a cookie cutter business that you don't even like, but you end up building something that feels value aligned, that feels authentic to you. Then nobody else can do that. No one else can replicate that because nobody else is you with your unique experiences, your unique takes on life, your unique set of values and all the rest of it. So yeah, I just love how you wrap up all of that in what you shared. Did I catch most of it?
I'm like, bitch, you just like me being queen of waffle. Like, I love that you were just like that condensed into 1.5 minutes of pure gold. Love that.
And there are no slides for this, so write those bits down.
Yeah. This is all like every single thing that we've really talked about today. It's like it's a self-trust game. It's like if you don't trust yourself, what you actually have to say to the world, if you don't trust the mission, the intuitive downloads, the tuning into yourself, if you don't trust yourself in those in those ways of like, okay, I don't care what everyone else over here is doing. I trust that I'm on my path. If you don't have that, then none of this gets to work. And so I think all of this is like a self-trust game to really come back to being authentic and just to go over the top and like explode that into the world. So yeah,
Mm.
self-trust, big one.
Self-trust, be more extra. Boom.
Or
I mean, this might even answer the next question as well, but I was going to ask you if you could go back and share something to a previous version of yourself, the one who is starting to build her brand that would serve every woman who's building a brand right now, what message would you give her?
oh, okay, okay. Oh my God, so many. Oh my God, which to choose?
You'd say sign up to Biz Queen Academy.
Yeah, I'd be like, come on in, baby. No, I think that the biggest thing for me is like I remember this was years ago now, I forget when, but it was I'm gonna say 6 years ago. I was sitting on a mountaintop in Wales. A video that I'd put out 24 hours ago had just gone viral. I'd gained 12,000 followers overnight. It was the best and worst thing that ever happened to me. It was thousands upon thousands upon thousands of people telling me they loved me, telling me they've changed, that I've changed their life. That validation, validation, validation. Oh my God, follower. Oh my God, email. Oh my God, booking. Oh my God, payments. Oh my God. It was, I mean, it was a constant stream of love and adoration and also actual impact. Like I had changed so many people's lives from that one video. It was an 11-minute video and it
Mm,
was incredible. And I was sitting on top of this mountaintop with barely it's like half a bar of signal. It was like dead signal.
mm.
I got a message saying, just to let you know, we're chatting to company, I'm not going to get sued again, company HQ, and your video is being discussed at the headquarters. They're going to sue you. You better get a lawyer. And I'm like 22, so it must have been like years ago. I was like
P.S. I'm shocked that I've never heard this story.
really? I honestly, it's trauma. No, I'm kidding. We'll talk about it in therapy. Um, it was, I think I was like 23, too young to get sued. Do you know what I mean? I can't go to jail. I would not cope. And so I'm sitting on top of this mountain, bawling my eyes out, like streaming. I'm bright red. I'm like Kim Kardashian crier. I am, she's not cute. And I'm beside myself. I take the video down. Basically, everything I'd ever wanted from my entire life, gone. The validation, the virality, the appreciation, the acknowledgement, the reputation, the like being seen, everything gone. In a second, I took the video down, deleted it as well, didn't archive it, dumb, but love myself anyway. And then I took it to a lawyer, blah, blah, blah. Long story short, put the video back up. And it goes viral again. And it's like, oh my God, it's amazing. It's happening again. And it goes to the wrong side of the internet this time. So
Oh,
before hundreds of thousands of people, tens of thousands emails, like thousands of people DMs saying, I
mm.
love you, this is amazing. I'm so glad that you did this video, da 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 da, changed my life. People quit their jobs, by the way, over this video. Like it was wild. Story for another time. But the second time it goes viral, bad side of Instagram. Some of the good, a lot of the good, but there were like, okay, I'm being dramatic because there were like maybe 3 comments out of like, I don't know, 10,000. But the 3 comments that are like the not so cute comments are the ones you remember. And I remember it was like, who the hell is this bitch to talk about this? Like she's too fat to be talking about health, like blah blah, like all all of the kind of negative stuff, right? And then I go and speak to the company I was with at the time, and I'm like spiraling on top of this mountain. This is the worst thing ever. Like people hate me. the three people who are literally complete strangers, probably like robots. I'm like, everybody hates me. But I'm talking
Yeah.
about how I'm so glad that I've changed these people's lives. And this company that I was working with said, like, we're really proud of us for getting you to the point where you were confident enough to post that video. Um, Give us the leads that come from this, and we'll make sure that they get into our group program. And I was like, but they're mine. Like, this is my work. This is my credit. This is my
Mm.
video. This is my Instagram. This is my reputation. This is my cutest shit video that looks so cute on the screen. Like, this was mine. And they said, we're so proud of us as a company for getting you to the point where you were confident enough to go and share that message with the world.
Mm.
And it felt like my credit, that thing that I wanted since I was a kid, the validation, the claps, the cheers, the appreciation, the like, well done, you're on stage, you're in the spotlight, yay. All of that had been stripped,
Yeah.
like taken. Oh, you only got that because it was a fluke. Your video went viral because it was just because it blew up, because it was about this, not because of who you are as a human being. That was a fluke. You'll never get success like that again. You only did that video because of us. It was like every time someone said something, it was just taking credit, taking the
Yeah.
success, taking the appreciation away from me. And to really kind of bring that question home, the thing that I would say to myself in that moment is that you can't let other people take your power away from you if you can hold it within yourself. Because what I was doing was I was using that to say, yeah, they're right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't confident, even though I'd been posting videos like that for 2 years before starting with them.
Yeah.
Um, oh yeah, maybe I did get lucky. Oh yeah, maybe blah, blah, blah. And I stopped sharing that message, the message that helped hundreds of thousands of people, the message that made people quit their jobs because they realized that the company that they were working for wasn't the company they thought. That I really took the veil off, and I should have, because I'm here now, and I wouldn't have been if I didn't have this experience. But
Yeah.
in that moment, if I'd have stuck to my mission, stayed true to my power, my heart, the heartbeat I was talking about earlier, stayed authentic to myself, continued the message I knew was the right message, despite it being wrong from an industry perspective. If
Yeah.
I'd have stayed true to that, I would have been a millionaire. Like I would, that momentum would have built, but I squashed the momentum. I stopped in my tracks. I hid from the world on that mountaintop. I cried my little heart out and deleted the video, and I just stayed in my bubble. And that is like, it's not a regret in my life because again, I'm here now, but it's one of those things that I go, God, I mean, I'd be on Ellen right now.
And instead, you're on the High Vibe Honey podcast. Sorry about that,
I
babe.
made it. Like,
Instead, you're
what?
a High Vibe Honey.
Fully. And it's like, I think that I learned the lesson, hide, because people will keep taking credit. Success is a hard fall from the top. I learned those lessons, and I always learned the wrong lesson. That was the mindset I was in. And now I can see it so clearly. Like, the lesson wasn't don't be successful because people will take that credit from you. It's a really hard fall from the top. Being seen is a bad thing, and it attracts like people being mean to you and la la la, and people trying to
Mm.
claim credit. All of those lessons were the lessons I'd learned. And instead, I'm like, I've got to learn, and I want to learn, and I'm continuously on the path to learn the lessons that take my power back and keep it in my hands. Because if it's here, if it's with me, who cares? Say what you want, it's going to slide right off. And I want to get to a point, and I don't think I'm there yet, to be honest. Hello, human being alert. I
Mm.
want to get to a point where those things slide off me. Validation, don't need it, slide away. Credit, don't need it, slide away. Reputation, don't need it, slide away. I want to be so damn slippy. I want to be so slimy and slippy that just things can't stick to me, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's the lesson that I feel
I,
like I want the world to know, is like, stay just so connected to your mission, your vision, what you really want and who you are, even if other people are blah blah blahing about it. You be on your mission, you be on your path.
I love this so much. I love the vulnerability and how you just shared and the real power that comes with that as well and humanness. it's so connecting. And this is really linked so much to the work I do with insourcing. Because like when you realize like, wait, I'm the supply and it can never run out, you can apply this everywhere. You know, see people go through a relationship and that relationship comes to an end for whatever reason. And it's almost like, oh, I used to be so full of love and now they took that love away from me. And it's like, no, it's still there. It's still in you. Like you're the supply, can never run out. You can project it onto everything and everyone. It will never run out. Nobody gives you, nobody takes it because your energy is yours, right? You can't create more of it. You can't destroy it. You can only transform it. So you might have had a ton of energy of success and then you transmuted it into fear accidentally, right? Innocently. And you can also transform it back into success because nobody can take away your energy. So when you learn that skill of harnessing it, the skill of emotional mastery, it's like, yeah, you do become slippy. It's almost like, you know what? I could lose that person. I didn't lose any of my love. I
Wow.
can lose this client or this opportunity. I didn't lose my success. And you get to really own and hold and ground in your power. So I'm excited for you walking this path.
I love this. And you actually become this like you realize that everything can be tapped into at any moment. I was
Yes.
having this conversation yesterday. Me and one of my clients did a photo shoot on Tower Bridge, and I was in this big pink ball gown, and she was in this like sassy little fitness outfit. It was so cute. It was amazing.
Hmm.
We came home and she asked me in hot seat the next day, she said, how can I make sure that, because I want to bottle that energy up that I felt yesterday, and like I want to keep hold of it because I felt so powerful on that bridge, and I'm not going to be on a bridge every day. Help. Like, how can I kind of not lose that momentum?
Yeah.
And I said, this is something I used to do every single time I went to an event. I need this event to make me feel XYZ. I need to go to events to put me into the energy of Peter. I need to be expanded by this
Hmm.
thing here. And actually, you can tap into it at any moment. You can be on Tower Bridge in a pink ball gown at any moment, because
Yeah.
the way that you felt in that moment is not it's not there. You buy a ticket and then bam, oh, they've given me this bit of energy. It's
Yeah.
like, no, you've tapped into it internally. And if you can come back to that anytime, like before you go live, like this was saying earlier, like before you go live, put on your freaking fur coat, whatever. Like it, but if you can tap into that energy internally, you don't need to be on a freaking bridge or on a on a live stage, or you don't need to be anywhere. You can have it
Yeah.
now at any moment.
Yeah. Yeah, you insource it. And when you know, it's very easy to look outside of us and we're like, oh, I got that because of Tower Bridge. I got that because of being on a podcast or being like whatever it is. It's like, no, I got that because I have that because it is me. And when you really know that and hold it, it's like, yeah, I can tune into this whenever I want. I can just close my eyes and feel into that like huge, gorgeous pink sensation that I had when I was on that bridge. I can bring that smile. I can feel that warmth. I can build that energy because it's me and it's mine. And it's like rather than being a hungry ghost chasing things from outside of you, it'll always be like, oh, the next partner, the next client, the next launch or whatever. But when you bring it in, it's like it's already here. And then you become a magnet for more of it in your 3D as well, which is just beautiful.
And how sick is that, by the way? Like, how can we take a second? Most people don't even realize that. Like, if
Yeah,
I
yeah.
speak to a normal ass human being on the street, like everybody is a victim to their circumstances. Everybody is like a sucker for where they're at right now or how they're
Mm.
feeling right now. And it's like, did you know that you could literally just not? And I get it, right? And by the way, this is coming from me. My nan died like 48 hours ago. And so
Mm.
when I tell you, like, I feel the shit. I'm
Yeah.
not sunshine, rainbow, sparkles, unicorn, fairies, sweet corn. Sweet corn? I'm not any things. I mean, I do love sweet corn, but it's like I'm not all of those things all the time. And like, I don't just pretend that life doesn't exist. You have to have the yin to
Yeah.
the yang, the up to the down, the dramatic to the quiet, that you've got to have all of it, right? Otherwise, you don't feel the things. You can't feel joy if you don't feel sadness. You can't feel alive if you don't feel dead inside for a sec. It's like you get to have the duality of life, but the just knowing that actually whatever you're feeling right now could actually be changed in a minute if you wanted to. And by the way, feel it all, feel it deeply, feel it large.
Yes.
And you can tap in if you need, if you got to switch, if you got to go on Instagram right now, go on Instagram, go tap into that queen identity, go and tap into that bigness that you could feel, go and tap into Tower Bridge, freaking photo shoot, podcast version of you, whatever it is that is your like most iconic, sassy, bougie self, go give me it. Like you can get it now. I'm like clicking my fingers if you're not watching this because I'm like, it's that it. Go do it.
Yeah, it is such a competitive edge when you learn how to start masterfully living in this way. It's like you realize how much power you have over your situations, circumstances, emotions, like how much you can change things in an instant. It's like, oh my God. So yeah, and that's why I just love working with the women who are here ready to embody this, ready to learn this and live it. Anyway, I know that everyone is just going to be completely obsessed with you. What is proximity like in your world? Where do people find you? How can they work with you? Tell us all the things.
Oh my God, okay. Oh my God, okay. On Instagram, I'm at Thrive with Jojo. But I'm sure just go find Katie's Instagram, you'll find me, I'm sure. If you type in Jojo. And then in my world, we have so many things happening. We have the Biz Queen Academy, which is my year-long space. It's like the space where you just fully claim the throne as the queen of your industry. We do have a 8-week mastermind coming so soon called Extra, and that's like where you just go freaking extra. Like you go feral on who you actually are. You just go over
Love.
the top on your brand. This is like my little heartbeat right now. So if you want to come into a real short-term potent space with me, that's the place to be. But we are running a 21-day challenge at the moment, called Bigger Than You. And it's about your content, your offers, your mission, your message. Everything's bigger than you. So stop making it all mean something about you when it's not about you at all. It's about your dream clients, your impact, the mission that you have to share with the world. That's my favorite thing ever right now. It is £21 for 21 days. So if you want to jump into that, feel free to DM me on Instagram. You'll see it on my stories. But more than anything, just come and say hi in the DMs because I love you and I want to find the right fit for you if you do want to work together.
So beautiful. And it really does mean so much when we hear from you, like what you took away from this podcast, what really resonated. And if you did enjoy this, please don't keep it to yourself. Share it to your story, share it with someone you love, tag us, Thrive with Jojo, Katie Rogers Coaching. I love it when people connect with me and tell me what they really got out of these episodes. So yeah, thank you so, so much for being here. And Jojo, I always love our conversations. You always bring so much like gorgeous energy, truth, magic, just fire and the most wonderful energy. So yeah, I really appreciate you. Thank you so much for being part of this.
Thank you so much for having me. I love you. We'll do a part two.
Okay, so if you felt activated, expanded, or seen by today's episode, make sure to follow and rate the Hi by Penny podcast. And if today's episode lit something in you, I have two powerful ways to go deeper in working with me. Number one is the portal, a 30-day energetic recalibration space for women who've outgrown surface strategy and are ready to lead from identity, intimacy, and soul level congruence. Plus, I have a free somatic sales masterclass, which you'll get instant access to when you join my newsletter over at katierogerscoaching.com. Until next time, remember, congruency is the seat of your power. This is where strategy softens and soul takes the lead. Mwah.